They might have to wait a little longer. Our Peter Eliopoulos is live in the city tonight with everything that comes next, Peter.
Yeah, Ed, so people might have to wait another month for those documents to come out. And as you mentioned, the president indicating that he will sign that bill into law, but still some are skeptical that he'll do that or about everything being released.
The Senate has passed the bill.
Survivors of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein celebrating tonight after learning the documents long shrouded in secrecy related to the investigation into the New York billionaire could soon be released. First, the House voting 427-1 to pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The only holdout, Rep. Clay Higgins of Louisiana, who posted on social media the document release will hurt thousands of innocent people. Epstein died in an apparent suicide in jail in 2019, awaiting trial on charges of trafficking young girls and women.
The bill is passed.
The bill now moving to the Senate, where members there passed it with unanimous consent, meaning it will go straight to the president's desk and cannot be changed.
We have to make sure that all of the documents are released, that there are no games. We know there's a corrupt Justice Department. We know that Bondi and Kash Patel do just what the president asks and wants.
The president indicating he will sign it once it reaches his desk, but he doesn't need legislation. He could compel the Justice Department to release these files on his own.
Why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert.
My name is Teresa J. Helm.
One after another.
My name is Jenna Lisa Jones.
Epstein survivors sharing their names and stories at a vigil with lawmakers tonight.
We have not been heard for so long, and I think the power of being heard and being recognized and being validated is incredibly healing.
So if the president signs this bill into law, the Department of Justice would need to release any of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein within 30 days. Within 15 days, it must go back to Congress and present any of the names and information that need to be redacted as it pertains to victims and any active federal investigations. We're live in Boston. I'm Peter Eliopoulos, WCVB News Center 5.